what I'd like to talk about today is the top 3 things that I actually miss about having a normal job in today's society. And Ford, do you want to come down? Watch out! Hi there, my name is Julia and welcome to Saturday Coffee Chat. I am a former managing director of finance and side hustler turned into a full-time business owner. I quit my job about 10 months ago. And the topic of today's video are 3 things that I didn't expect that would have happened that happened after I quit my job. Those were things that I wasn't really expecting to miss because they are top reasons why people want to quit in general. And from my experience, once I did quit, I started missing them. I was just not prepared for them to happen. They're not the traditional 3 things, especially the third one. I think that's kind of funny. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. The first one is having a structure. A top reason why I wanted to quit is because I was sick of being caged in that structure of having a job, right? Like you don't want to be held in those hours anymore. But now that I don't have a day job anymore, I have all the hours for myself, for my business, and I actually really miss having that structure. And here's why. I quit my job 10 months ago, and since then I've been working really hard to make my company work, right? And when you are the company's founder and owner and you're running this and trying to make it work, hours don't really matter anymore. I often wake up and before I even get ready and put some makeup on and feel like a human, I am on my desk answering emails, looking at the messages that my team has sent me, and that is creating this woozy day that I look at the clock, it's already 2 p.m. I'm still not ready. I still haven't gone to the gym. And then if I try to go to the gym until I shower and get ready for the second round of work, it's already late and I've missed a bunch of stuff that happened. And then suddenly it's 10 p.m. and I'm still working. It's challenging to be in this position where you want to make this work and you want to work hard. And I sometimes don't even feel this as really hard work because I am interested in what I'm working and I am excited about this thing that I'm building. But if I go days and days and days, if I go a whole week on this space, the weekend comes around and I'm just sad and I just feel that I didn't take care of my body, I didn't eat correctly, I didn't work out the way that I wanted to work out. So it's this ambiguous feeling of I'm putting all those hours, I'm being productive, but where's the rest of my life? Which is funny because when you quit your job, you think I'm gonna live my life and I am going to have so much time for myself. And I only went to the gym like 2 times this week, which is not normal for me. Like I need at least to be going on a walk. I need to go outside. And it was such an intense week at work that I felt completely off balance, and it's okay. And I know that I'm not gonna have balance in my life all the time. I actually think that the idea of balance is flawed. Like you're never balancing things. You're always like focusing on one thing and then focusing on the other. But since I quit my job, work has been taking a big chunk of this, and I just feel that I have to be able to organize this a little better because if I go on years and years in this space, I will burn out. So not having a structure that is imposed on you, a company structure that the office is actually opening and closing, that you have those hours a day and then you close your computer and you go home, eat dinner with your friends and your family, it is hard not to have that. For some reason, when it comes to structuring my workday and sticking to it and actually not opening my computer until 8 a.m. and closing my computer after 8 p.m. has been a real challenge, and I didn't expect to be this hard. So that's the first thing that I missed about having a day job, is having that structure that it's imposed on you. Okay, second thing, also funny because it's also something that we don't want to have when we have a job, is having a manager, having someone bossing you around, having someone telling you what to do. And I understand that there are different types of managers out there. I've had managers who didn't care about my work and what I was doing. They couldn't manage me properly because they didn't know how to do what I was doing. So our one-to-ones would be like, have you done your job? Great. But that person wouldn't be able to instruct me better because they had never performed my duties and what I was doing. And that's a bad example of a manager. In my last job, I was super lucky that I had a great manager and someone who inspired and guided me and knew what I was was doing, or at least tried his best to understand what I was doing so he could help me. I always knew that that was important, and I always knew that my manager was doing an excellent job, but I underestimated how hard it would be to structure my own time and my own tasks and prioritize, because when you just started your company, you're kind of a one-man show, a one-woman show, and there's so much to do that it's easy to get overwhelmed. And at the same time, it's hard for you to keep that motivation for 10 months. It's hard for you to think like, yes, you're going in the right direction, even when your business is profitable, which mine is, thank God. Even when you see progress and you see change, it's hard not to have a manager. So what has helped so far is working with people that inspire you in a similar way that a manager would. I work with an amazing team, and it really feels like we're doing this together and we are working hard together, and we complement each other, and they say, hey Julia, this was really great, and I say, hey, that was a really great move, let's keep going. I find that it's important to have those moments that we're kind of like high-fiving each other and feeling like we are progressing. If you're doing this 100% by yourself, I can feel your pain. It's probably really, really hard. And also, the second thing that I found that it helps is to write down absolutely everything that I think I need to do. Because of what I said before, there's so much to do that the feeling of being overwhelmed really consumes me. So on days like this, that it gets to the point I'm like, what am I even doing? Like, what is the next priority? I write everything down. I use monday.com. I think it's a really good tool for like you to add the priority levels and like the deadlines for each thing. I write everything down. I look at the list. I see what's really important. And then I select the one thing that I'm going to accomplish that day. And sometimes I actually leave the house as well. Like I get out of the house, I go to a coffee shop. So I can't be distracted by anything else. I can be cooking. I can be like thinking that I have to do anything else in the house. I sit down and I do that one task. And that usually puts me back on track, that I can come back to the house if I want to, and I can continue my workday without having a manager telling me what to do. This is kind of my way of managing myself that has helped so far. And then the third one, it's actually really funny, is not having the feeling of a Friday. And I'm gonna explain this better. So you know when you have your normal routine, especially if you are on a day job right now, if you have a day job, or if you remember what it's like to having a day job, you have this really, really great feeling that Friday is coming. Like the weekend is coming and you have 2 days off, and maybe Thursday is usually already a great night. Like you go out with your friends, you get a glass of wine. If you're in the dating world, like you go on a date, everybody goes on a date on Thursday, and it's kind of this like free weekend thing. And then Friday comes, it's a great feeling. And I remember just really waking up so excited on Fridays, and also like Saturday morning, like, oh, Saturday morning, I have 2 days for myself, and I'm gonna work on my own projects, and I'm gonna do whatever. And that feeling kind of vanished when I quit my job. And you can say, well, every day could be Friday for you. Like every day could be the weekend. You could just like not work if you wanted. And true, but I'm not gonna make any money. So the reality is that I've been working most weekends instead of taking them off. And I think that's why the sense of Friday vanished. This is not for me to be here bragging like, look at me, look at how many hours I'm working. Like that's not the point. The point is I'm trying to bring awareness to what could happen to you if you are going to quit soon, or maybe like even like give me your advice. Like if you have quit your job and you experience those things, also like comment below, like give me your advice. Like what are you doing? Because it is tough not to have that sense of the weekend is coming, because the days kind of just blend. If you don't have the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, every day could be Monday or Tuesday. I am doing the exact same job that I'm doing on a Monday on a Saturday. And the result of this is that I don't have that positive feeling of, yay, like Friday's coming. And I know that I can get that back. I think out of the three things that I mentioned, they all kind of tie together if you notice. But if I am able to structure work hours, and I am able to actually stick to this rule that I will set to myself, for myself, that I won't work at least Saturday. Like I can work Sunday, but at least Saturday, like do not work on Saturdays. Maybe I'm gonna start feeling that Friday feeling again, that I have a day that I'm not thinking about work. It just hasn't happened yet. Same thing for holidays, like Friday and holidays. The good thing about it is is that I also don't feel Sunday scaries anymore because it all blends together, and I just don't feel the scaries about what I'm doing. Like it has been really positive to work on something that I'm passionate about. So those three things, structure, having a manager, and the sense of Friday, are the three top things that I miss about having a day job. Things that a day job gave me, and I didn't really understand the importance of them, or I underestimated the importance of them. Do I see advantage in working for myself? Absolutely. Like, matter of fact, I haven't gotten a new job yet, and it's not because I don't think I'm capable of. It's because I liked my decision. I enjoyed my decision. I enjoy seeing how much I am growing my company and the strides that I'm making, and I enjoy my routine. I enjoy being able to work on my pajamas if I want to, or work from home, or take a break and go to the gym, go for a walk and come back, even though I'm working those woozy hours. I'm not saying that this is all negative. Like, if it was, I would have gotten a job already, right? And I think you get my point. So my point with this video is that there are things that I honestly underestimated the importance of when having a 9-to-5 job, when having a corporate job, having a structured job. I think we tend to focus a lot on the negatives and not on the positives of having a full-time job. And it's important to balance both and think about both. Am I actually getting a new job and getting a corporate job because of those three things? No, not yet. Like, I will try to solve them. I haven't been able to solve them for the past 10 months. I know that they have been an issue in my life for the past 10 months, but they're not enough of an issue yet for me to go get a corporate job. Like, I will work on strategies to try to make them better and alleviate them. But I wanted to bring this to you because, one, you can better prepare yourself before you quit. Two, you can probably help me if you have figured that out, and leave in the comments, like message me on Instagram, whatever, about like what you've been doing to solve this, because I feel that there are a lot of people opening their businesses out there, and the reality is we are not doing what everybody's doing. The reality is it is different, and it is hard to try to build this for ourselves, especially when you look at all our friends and all of our peers and they follow this corporate structure or the society structure that is not what we're doing. And when we look at this, it's easy for me at least to think, am I doing the right thing here? Like, is this all worth it? So anyways, lots of things to think about, but those were my thoughts on this Saturday coffee chat. Hope to see you again, and see you next time.